stiff as possible orientation, then the system gives obvious support. So there you go.
Yeah.
And the system does have the ability to have a second yoke on a small build area.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right.
All right.
Good. I hope that muddies the water and confuses the hell out of everybody, because it still confuses us a little bit. All right. Have a chair.
All right. Hold on a second, guys. Cabling is always an issue. Always a fun little issue when it comes to doing some broadcasting. Hold on just a second. Alrighty.
I bet there was a bunch of questions just now.
There have been quite a few questions, so
Any
I'll get to them,
asking
guys.
about my passport, whether it's up to date or not?
No. Let's see. Let me go back up just a little bit. Thank you very much, Eagle and Jay, for sharing that particular space cow. Let's see. Yeah, Yeoman says, "Yay!" The System 30 definitely puts a smile on the face. Excellent. Eagle and Jay says, "I will be scanning and printing on that sucker." No, that has been around for a while. Oh, that you were talking about the USB stuff. Really happy I upgraded from the engine to the System 30. Yes, thank you to Costin. Eagle and Jay says, "Show it." Lord Davo says, "That's Project G." We'll get into that later. Yes. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Do you mind if I say one thing about scanning as it relates to the system?
Absolutely.
When we did the Kickstarter, we let 5 people buy the scanner super system. Four now. Okay. We did that because we weren't sure how big a box would be the ideal size.
Yeah.
The working distance for most of the scanning systems that we've evaluated is 18 inches. It's hard to get 18 inches to work real well inside the System 23. In the 30, it's got a larger envelope and it's easier to work with. So if you're thinking of a lot of intensive scanning, medium resolution, medium meaning 0.5 millimeter or so, then you might want to think about the System 30. Now you can make your own thing. This HYREL stuff, I mean the 8020, you can buy that on eBay and you can extend your own chassis any way you want. It's just making it taller. Mm-hmm. So those guys that are handy, don't think that we're trying to trick you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying, if you're doing the scanner, then you're probably going to enjoy the 30 more. It's got more working room, and it's
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you need the glass.
Let's see. Can the System 30 fit 3 spools on the side?
It actually fits. 1 second. That's a trick question, and I'm going to give you a trickier answer.
So, thank you, June. So, System 30, side mounting system.
If there were an international standard on spool size, the answer would be no. There couldn't just fit 3 spools. It can fit 6 spools. Here's the problem. Quality control. This puppy dog looks like me after a buffet. This one looks like Hutchison before a buffet. This one looks like both of us after the buffet. So you get the idea that they're not the same size. This is PLA, the orange one. This is ABS.
This is PLA too, but
strangely, it weighs the same amount.
Yeah.
How do they do that? Different size, same weight. It's magic. If you're going to use 2 giant spools of PLA, I don't know. I don't think these will fit. I think you've got enough room for this and this. Let me double check. I do not want to be erroneous on this. I might even use my glasses so it's a high quality feedback for you. Alright, so here's the skinny. You can get up to 3 reels of PLA that are swollen and very large. You can get up to 6 reels. There's enough room to mount 6, but there's only 4 sensors, so you can get 4 of these puppies. Or we probably can make it, and I will verify this tomorrow for you, 2 of these guys, 1 and 1, to make a total of 2 PLAs that are Godzilla size, and 2 ABS. Remember, these are the same weight, so you're going to print the same amount. It's just that the density of the PLA, due to its inferior chemical properties, it takes up more space.
Yeah.
Kind of like me. Okay, so I hope that was clear.
That's
You can get at least 3 PLA and at least 4 ABS spools, and I believe the nylon came. Did you look at the nylon?
Yeah, it's yes, guys, that's correct. We actually did get some
Do you know where it is?
Talman. Yes, I know exactly where it is.
Let's take a look. It's okay.
It was an order, and we got it. So just let them see it.
And let's just check out the thickness, because that's what it's all about.
There you
How
go.
thick is that reel to this? I think they're almost, they are.
They're
They're
the
the
same.
identical thicknesses, so you can stack 2 of these puppies
Yep.
side by side, and they will be under the 150 millimeter limit that I've got. They are 140 millimeters, so we actually have room for the spacers as they were designed, so they don't rub against each other. And there you go.
Yep.
So easily 6 of these puppies, or 2 of these, 2 more of these, and 1 of these probably. So a lot of configurations. You'll see that it's very configurable. Again, only 4 material sensors. I'm sure we'll improve on that. I'm sure we'll make some options for more material sensors, but right now 4 maximum heads equals 4 maximum material sensors.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
The question is how many can we fit? And a lot of you guys are asking how many spools can we fit, not only on the side, but how many can we fit on the top if they go with the top loading filament system.
The top is another 4 to 6 reels.
Yeah. I'd go
What
with
are you doing? I mean, you're going to have 12 reels of plastic in this thing.
that. Well, it's a nice storage system.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have it there when you need it.
You know what?
So,
One man's feast is another man's famine. So
yeah.
we're here to serve. If that's what you want, just let us know.
Okay. Powers USA asks, would you need to remove the flat top to install the EMOs in the System 30?
Shouldn't need to, but I will verify that for you. And if that's the case, we'll mount it on a hinge.
Yeah.
So it'll just pop open, put them in and out, drop it back down.
Surfy says, I think you can fit more spools at the top. We just answered that from Eagle and J. Let's see.
I think you can fit more spools on the top. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can load those babies up and drop one every 2 or 3 seconds for almost a minute.
Yeah. Oh, Eagle and J did see that. He saw some shipping foam on the bottom there, the System 30. Yeah, we can't put that. We can't put that past you.
Can I tell you about that? We tried some different foam corners this week, and we just realized that the off-the-shelf stuff was just not cutting it. We were lucky enough to find some 1.25 inch thick foam corners, and they are in transit, and they should also be here. The boxes for the engines arrived on Friday, and as soon as we have the corners, we're going to do a fit check and prepare the first puppy dogs for that sacred shipment party.
Which just before I say anything else, guys, before we say anything else about that, we're still working on who's going to be the very first ones to go. So, because we're just trying to get the whole the route details put together and put together the best possible trip.
Bear with us. This next few weeks is going to be very hellacious on everybody, but we appreciate it. Did you do the engine ship test? No,
Powers USA.
the foam, I rejected the foam corners. We have
Yeah.
the bigger corners. We expanded the box, which means, of course, more shipping charge for us, but we just felt like the other box with the corners, they were going to just bust right open. So we got the bigger stuff. We went from a 16-16-22 to a 18-18-24 box. We went the 400-pound double wall. You know, for the few of them that we're going to ship, we want to make sure they have a chance to get there.
Yeah. Get there in one piece. Let's see. Pro Guy asks, is the touchscreen mentioned in the survey an option with a PS888 along with the overhead mounted screen? And the answer is yes. So,
are we going to mount it overhead or on the side on that?
oh yeah, I think he meant on the side. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yay. Okay. You
Who's that, a spammer?
that's a spammer. So anyway,
Why do people do that?
it's just because
We love you anyway.
I know, but spammers, please.
Yeah, hold the spam till
Yeah.
after we're done.
Exactly. Let's see. Who makes the black reels we were holding? That was actually a Talman 88, Talman 3D.
Are you talking about nylon?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't say nylon up there.
Okay.
These standard reels are from both of ours, and one is 3DD.
Yeah.
And
Other ones are also from 3D.
yeah, yeah.
So
We're
testing we're testing a bunch of filament out, guys, to make sure that what we're going to be sending to you is going to work, and it's going to work right.
Yeah, there's a
So-
huge dilemma we're fighting right now. You know, I mean, we're trying to make a business out of this, and so one thinks when you have business, you're thinking the toner cartridge model, and you're going, wow, how do you make money on toner cartridge? Well, HP and those guys have figured it out, but we're tortured. We don't want to charge 10x for something, and eBay's got it for $35 a reel. So we're thinking if one of them, we're going to test out a few of the eBay suppliers and see if they have some quality that we think is appropriate. So we're going to try and just steer you their way, at least in the beginning.
Yeah.
We're going to focus on making the printers, and we will have certified material that we know is good, that we've printed with, that we have our own supplier, but it's not our primary focus at the moment. We're trying to polish the other things off. I still got a lot of things to do on this system, software-wise, and also we have some certifications we're going to be pushing for, so we can let these puppies ship international without any problems from anybody. So, what's the next
Let's see.
question?
June Lee asks, then an option to come with some standard spool so we can re-spool the materials.
I mean, you can
Interesting.
use this one up and then re-spool it all you want.
Yeah.
If you're asking for empty spools, they're $35 a piece.
Yeah.
You'll have to take the PLA or ABS off.
Sergius asks, will that make the printer one side heavy when it comes to the System 30, having the thing just loaded up?
If you're on a bicycle, you'll notice the difference. But if it's on your table, you shouldn't notice the difference. It's not. Let's put that in order. You're talking 8 kilograms. Okay, 4 of these reels are going to be 8 kilograms. So that's just about as much as I eat for breakfast, or it's about 17 and a half, 18 pounds. 2.2 pounds is a kilogram. So for those of you guys that got 4 reels, that's actually 17.6 pounds. That is 20% of the weight of the system.
Yeah.
So I think loaded up on the side, sitting directly over the HYREL in the massive hanger system that we have, I don't see it being an issue of any kind.
Yeah. Oh, you bring up a very good point. He says only 4 printheads, storage and printing. I'm going with a Tupperware container with desiccant. Yes. When it comes to using nylon, when it comes to using PLA, there we go. Even Talbin recommends that you guys keep this in the package, or you keep it in such a fashion that it is air sealed. PLA is water soluble, water vapors in the air. You guys get the idea. So
the real thing is the water makes it hard to make it stick, and sticking is the secret of success, as we all learned on last week's exciting broadcast. So
Yeah. There you go. TJ Jaden asks, did you say there will be another survey for print heads and scanner? And for the print heads, yes. When it comes to the scanner will have to come much later on.
Not much later,
I would,
but when it's ready, we'll let
yeah.
you know.
That's
You know what will happen with the scanner? We love the Kickstarters. We love everybody, but I can only handle so much at one time. And what I don't want to do is push any new people into the frenzy by sending out 20 scanners to somebody. We got the 4. They're going to get them. We're going to go back and forth. It might take 3 months. It might be 1 month. I don't know how long it'll take before the scanners are doing what we want them to do. When we feel like we've got a product that's worth mentioning to you guys, we'll shoot out an email, and he'll do a nice product brochure, maybe even a little video to prove that we're not doing it by fake computerizing things. And then,
that's never happened before.
you know, we'll do the standard, you know, super dipper Kickstarter backer type discount because you guys were good to us. We want to be good right back. And then the rest of the world, if they're interested, we're here to serve. So there you go.
Yep.
That's some nice looking stuff. Where'd you get that from?
This was a
filament.
Doc Hosted sent us a link to Octave, OCTAVE.com, and supposedly they make they make quite a few filaments.
And they got an enclosure for $159. That might be the way to go. I think we won't fit though.
No, I think that's just for the Affinia.
Oh, is that for the Affinia?
Yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah, and the up printers. Yeah.
Absorb ABS fumes. It has a replaceable charcoal filter. Dude, these guys have got it cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's only 14 by 15 by 14.
Yeah,
might be a little
tiny.
bit small. I don't think you can get a pair of my shoes in there. And if you could, they'd overcome the charcoal filter.
You and me both.
The charcoal filter's toast.
You and me both. So, okay, I'll put them on the list. Thank you very much to Costed, and I'll put them on the list of possible people to test out. So
Appreciate it.
yeah, what I'd love to see in the future with where we're going is to be able to, if you buy this type of material or you buy from a different manufacturer, to be able to share those settings, community-wise through any one of our forums, or even with us, and if it works and it prints, then we were talking about maybe it's HYREL certified, and along with the
Notice the thin and the thick of it. Same weight. These might be different materials, but we also notice that different similar material, i.e. they're both called PLA, have different densities too. So that means your recipe that you've got, your slicing recipe, if you switch between them, you're going to be 20%, 30% under with this if you end up printing with that. And for that reason, we're trying to come up with a supplier. In the industry, it's known as a source control document. And basically it specifies their precise SKU, their precise part number, and it should be ISO 9000 traceable. A lot of us are hobbyists, but a lot of us are trying to earn a living using these machines. When you're trying to earn a living, I'm not saying it's not frustrating when you're a hobbyist, because if you're a hobbyist and it doesn't work, you want it to. You pay your hard cash for it, you want it to work. That makes sense. Yeah. When you can't feed your family because it doesn't work, that's even more frustrating. At least it is for me. So it'd be nice to know that this printed this week, next month it should do the same. So when you get two different suppliers, two different materials, different densities, but if it's the same material, you'd think it'd be the same. We're finding out different diameters, different densities, different water contents, shelf life. A lot of things affect the quality of the printing. So we're trying to give those a characterization, and we're trying to qualify the vendors. If it makes sense, we will be a supplier for the best ones, i.e. the most popular colors, and only if it makes sense. And otherwise, we're going to partner up, i.e. we're going to not be bought by someone. We're going to say, look, we tried these guys publicly, nice spreadsheet, give them a star rating. You guys can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to come through us, we're here to serve. If you want to go through the eBay guys because that's what you like to do, we're also encouraging that.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Eagle One J says, brother knew how to make money on Toner 2. Found out our fax machine mysteriously cleaned print heads at 3 a.m. each night. We couldn't figure out how much it was blowing through, how it was blowing through ink, despite not getting too many faxes. That's pretty good.
That looks like a class action lawsuit to me, baby.
Yes, it does.
If only you could get a car to start at 3 a.m. and run for 2 hours every night. I hope Exxon's watching this.
Wow.
Hey, that's a good idea. You think we could dispense plastic automatically at night?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we could.
What a business model. We are going to go in the filament business. I just realized there's a way to make money on it after all.
The difference is that they would end up with a ball of filament.
We'll just say that the birds leave that. They love us. All right, what do we got?
Let's see. Powers USA says the only scanner-related question could have
the wiring, the pre-wiring, and he's right about that.
Thank you, Powers USA.
That will be on the next.
Next broadcast.
No brochure. I need it this week.
Okay.
I can't deliver if I don't know what I'm delivering.
All right.
So, and that's machining operation for the one.
Yes. All right. Yes.
It might not be a machining operation. The one way I did it, it is, and the other way, it might not be. So we're looking at a plug-in cap that actually has the connector capture, in which case you don't have to worry about it. No one will be charged. It'll come with your scanner. You just plug the cable in and it's ready to go.
Yeah.
So, which would, in my opinion, be the best way because it saves a lot of hassles for us. And I know Lord Davo would like to see it that way.
The current way that it is right now is that it's very robust. We just want to make sure that the other way of doing it is going to be tested and working as well as we think it will be. So.
Okay, someone is asking a very good question.
Pro-E guy, what about the fourth axis pre-wired connection that was mentioned a while back? Does my system have to be disassembled for this to be implemented?
Maybe a picture is worth 3,000 words.
Excellent question. Oh, Nerd Rocks! Thank you very much for joining us tonight. So, oven self-cleaning feature. No. Sorry, this will not come with the, at least not for the next 6 to 7 years. Yeah, patents. Gotta love patents. So, hey, came up with a great idea. I understand why they patented it. So, Eagle 1J asks, was that the second yoke in regards to Pro-E Guy's question about the fourth axis pre-wired connection, and it's got to be disassembled to be implemented? And the answer is, there may be one cover you have to pop off. Okay, so just realize that there may be one cover you have to pop off in order to install a stamp of some sort. So, or is that the tilt thing? It could be used for that too. If we don't use it for the second yoke, Eagle 1J, that's a very good question. We could be using it for the actual fifth axis, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. So, let's see. Covered that, and covered that. So, excellent. Right there. All right, thanks, Carl. So, I'm going to show off what we're going to be doing this coming week, but I can't, guys, not just yet. Although I will say this, is that something that we're going to be printing this week is going to be quite large, but
no way to
and
talk
that works.
about me.
Hey, then we'll get into it from there.
Some of you that have watched the broadcast enough recognize this puppy as being the support arm that goes up and down on the Z-axis. And inside of there is one of our controller boards, which you can see right there.
Mm-hmm.
That has a spare motor driver on it. It has similar qualities to the main motor stamps, and that one is prepared to plug directly into here. However, directly into this other guy down here on the bottom. And we have a cable that goes together and comes out, but we also have a second cable that plugs into the spine.
Yeah.
So we actually have 5, not 4, but 5 axes we can drive pre-wired, pre-ready to go. And you don't have to disassemble, like take something off. What we do is we lift it up and we plug in the connectors. Now if you have an engine, you lay it on its back. If you have a system, it is a little bit more difficult. You're going to need a mirror to put these in and out, but you do not have to disassemble it. Most reasonably skilled individuals can pull this off without disassembling. I do not recommend you disassemble it. I recommend your patience, play a little dentist action so you can see exactly what you're doing. You're looking right straight in. So the one connector is actually going to be pulled just like that. So you just reach in and it just pops right over, and the fat guy right here, the big connector, goes right back in, and attached to it is a pigtail with the second connector that you need to go to your motor.
Yeah.
So I think it'll really depend on what you're using that last axis for as to whether we're running it directly through the 4th axis controller, and I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Was that the second yoke? He was talking about the fourth axis pre-wire connection.
No, actually, the second yoke is what we call the W, X, Y, Z, and W axis, and it is, if someone's going to use it, the second yoke. Up to now, Greg is the only second yoke system in existence, and we might give Ken one if Ken wants it, because he's able to do things with it that the rest of us are not. The mortals are not as capable of pulling off. I know all you guys are rocket scientists. I mean, every one of you brilliant in your own right. But in the case of successfully implementing an extra axis and how you would control it and those things and the reason for it, big question. The G code supports the W right now today. I wrote those drivers myself back in January, and they work. The home and all that stuff works. So we're ready to go. We're thinking the 4th axis is going to be some kind of a rotary that will allow you to make completely unconventional shapes that you would never dream of making, and do them without any support material. So somebody mentioned making a bottle the other day, and I'm thinking, like,
oh yeah,
you're going to make a bottle like you can't believe, because we're going to do something that no one else currently supports. We're going to do ZY, ZX, XYZ interpolation moves with a G2 and a G3, which means you can actually dispense threads as you're going along. It also means that you can do a continuous taper. So if you ever start building something, like for instance, if you want to print polycarbonate and you spin it, then you can spin it like this in one continuous, not like you go around and Z up and go around and Z up and go around and Z up. You'll be able to really get a very, very interesting finish structure that has no seam of any detectable kind whatsoever.
It's beautiful.
So I just see a place for it. I think some of the clay stuff that we're looking at doing is definitely going to have some interesting capability with that as well.
Yeah. What typically happens, guys, also is that whenever you make anything that's in porcelain or clay or anything like that, and you want to put a glaze on it, or you want to put something else on there, you typically have to fire it first, or do a bisque firing. Thank you, Pam East, for that pro tip. Before you fire and put on extra stuff. So, do extra custom stuff. There we go. So,
The tilt thing.
Yeah.